If you're watching this, then it means I'm dead. Nah, just kidding though. But I haven't recorded a video on YouTube in so long, guys. It's been forever. What, 8 months? Gonna be 9 months, I think. Probably already 9 months. But I just want to give y'all a quick update. I am still alive, of course. I just been dealing with life, school, stress, job, investing, finance, all the other stuff, business. It's been a lot of stuff I'm trying to do. But over the past 7 months, I've been going through a phase where everything in my life feels like it's moving at once. School, work, money, relationships, personal goals. Nothing has been fully stable, but at the same time, I can tell I'm not the same person I was before this all started. It's been a mix of figuring things out in real time, making decisions with limited information, and trying to build a future while still handling day-to-day pressure. And honestly, it hasn't been simple, like it really hasn't. So, for the job, I'd say work has probably been one of my biggest stress points over the past months. I've been working a job where the pay is low and the hours are always consistent. The combination alone creates a type of pressure that doesn't show up immediately, but you feel it over time. And like some weeks the pay be good and some be just booty or whatever you want to call it. Not good enough hours where things feel manageable. Other weeks it feels like I'm working just enough to stay afloat, not actually get ahead. And that's the thing about that. Jobs aren't really designed to help you get rich at all. And people won't lie about that. And even I knew that before I even started working a job. And that's where the mental part kicks in. Because once you start paying attention to your money closely, you realize how every decision matters. For example, do you take the extra shift or protect your time? Or do you try to rest and make more money later on? Or do you sacrifice your free time just to stay ahead of the bills? It's not just about working, it's about constantly deciding what matters more in the moment, time or money. I say, think about some stuff like that if y'all want to. Also, another thing you guys should do, start budgeting y'all money and start tracking y'all expenses. It helps, trust me, it really do. And it's not just about working, it's about constantly deciding what matters more in the moment, time or money. Now, I also had moments where I look at the paycheck and question if the effort matches the result. The feeling is different when you're trying to build something bigger for yourself because you start thinking long term, even while you're stuck in a short term reality. At the same time, it forced me to start thinking seriously about stability, not just working for now, but eventually moving to something better financially, because I can see how limited the current setup is if I stay in it for too long. And also some more things about my job. Even though my job does be stressful sometimes, the people at my job, such as my coworkers, they do make it somewhat better. And also, it's just one coworker that I cannot stand. Nobody at my job can stand her. She is just so annoying, bro. The stuff she do, she want unrealistic expectations in like 10 to 15 minutes. I'm like, bro, what? Anyways, we ain't here to talk about her. However, what I can say is she's a pain in the ass. But I digress. Now, school has been another major part of my life, but not in a simple way. Some of my classes were self-paced, which sounds easy on paper, but in reality, it creates a different kind of challenge. There's no teacher constantly pushing deadlines in your face, no daily structure forcing you to move. It's just you, the material, your ability to stay consistent, and that's when it clicked inside my head that I need to be honest with myself. There were times where I fell behind or stayed consistent on certain chapters longer than I should have, not because I couldn't learn it, but because staying consistent every day is harder than most people think, when there is no immediate consequence. But instead of just staying stuck, I started adjusting how I studied. It's so things like after recall, spaced repetition, flashcards started becoming more important. And instead of just reading and hoping it sticks, I had to switch to actually force my brain to retrieve information. Now, it's not perfect yet, but the main shift is that it's no longer just trying to get through school. I'm trying to actually understand and retain what I'm learning, even if it takes longer. Because I realize something important. If I don't build discipline now, it's going to follow me into everything else I try to do later on. And another thing about school, I did recently graduate my 2-year community college. So now I'm heading to a 4-year college and do 2 more years over there. So I'm not done with school just yet. Almost though. Now when it comes to my goals, I've been shifting from short term to long term thinking. A big change over the months has been how I think of my future, because a lot of my focus was more short term, just handling what's right in front of me. But now I've been thinking more long term, where I actually want to end up. I don't want a life where I'm constantly stuck trading all my time for low returns at a 9-to-5 job. And no, I'm not shitting on 9-to-5 workers. Don't get me wrong, I support y'all. But at the same time, I just don't want to be working 9 to 5 for the rest of my life. This is my opinion. I want something more stable, more flexible, and more in my control. That's when my goals started becoming clearer. For example, build financial stability, become more disciplined, grow skills that actually increase my income potential, and eventually create freedom in how I live my life. It's not just random goals anymore, it starts to connect. Even things like school, work, and learning are all starting to point towards the same direction, building that better foundation so I'm not stuck in the same cycle long term. Now, when it comes to YouTube and content creation, YouTube has always been in the background of my life consistently. It's not always perfectly structured, but the idea of building content is still there. I've been thinking more about what actually makes videos work, like how to hook people properly, how to keep attention during commentary, how to make gameplay or topics actually interesting instead of just uploading. Because I don't want to just upload videos randomly, I want to actually build something that grows over time. A lot of my content ideas comes from gaming and analysis, especially things like explaining gameplay balance, mechanics, or interesting situations that happen in games. But I also realized something important: consistency matters more than motivation. There are times where I feel motivated and times where I don't. The difference between growing and not growing is what do I do when I don't feel like it. So part of this journey has been learning how to stay consistent even when things aren't perfect. Now when it comes to investing, money, learning financial control, money has been an area where I had to become more aware. Between low income, credit card spending, and trying to manage bills, I had to start thinking more carefully about how I handle money. There were some moments where I had to make decisions like how much should I pay off immediately, how much to save, and whether should I even invest anything at all right now. It's not a situation where I can just throw money into everything. I had to prioritize stability first, but at the same time, I don't want to completely ignore investing or financial growth either. So it becomes a balance. Fix the present without knowing the future. That's been a real challenge, not just making money, but learning how to manage it in a way that doesn't help trap me later. And also, what I can say about investing money, I say guys, look into index funds, mutual funds, learn about that much you can, learn about finance. Anything that can make you money, learn about that. But when it comes to learning, it requires a constant improvement mindset. One of the most consistent things about me over this time period is that I feel a constant need to keep learning something, whether it's programming, studying more effectively, financial basics, or just general skills that can help me in the long term. I realize I don't look like staying in one place mentally. Even when I don't feel like I'm progressing fast enough, I still keep coming back to learning because I know it connects to everything I want in the future. But I also had to learn something more important here too. Learning isn't just about consuming information, it's about applying it. Now currently, I'm not at a finished version of anything. I'm still figuring out how to balance time, how to manage money better, how to stay consistent in school, how to build something online, and how to move towards a better financial future. And I'm currently in my 20s right now. And 20s is the best time to do this. Take risks, do everything in your 20s. But what has changed is my awareness. I'm no longer just moving through life without direction. I'm starting to understand what I want, what I don't want, and what I need to change to get there. Even though things aren't perfect, I can see that I'm building something slowly but intentionally. This past 8 months has been about everything going right. It's been about learning how to move forward even when things aren't. But yeah guys, this what's been going on with my life. I'm dealing with a lot of stuff over here as you can see. But I'm gonna keep pushing it.